Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Anything that accompanies X and is regarded as an indication of X's existence. Medicine. Any sensation or change in bodily function that is experienced by a patient and is associated with a particular disease. Something that serves to indicate or suggest. Symptoms are the prime indicants of disease. A number or ratio, a value on a scale of measurement, derived from a series of observed facts, can reveal relative changes as a function of time. Something that serves to indicate or suggest. An indication of foul play. A datum about some physical state that is presented to a user by a meter or similar instrument. The barometer gave clear indications of an approaching storm. The act of indicating or pointing out by name. Medicine. A reason to prescribe a drug or perform a procedure. The presence of bacterial infection was an indication for the use of antibiotics. Something, as a course of action, that is indicated as expedient or necessary. There were indications that it was time to leave. Provide evidence for. Provide evidence for. Stand as proof of. Show by one's behavior, attitude, or external attributes. Give evidence. Your basis for belief or disbelief. Knowledge on which to base belief. The evidence that smoking causes lung cancer is very compelling. An indication that makes something evident. His trembling was evidence of his fear. Law. All the means by which any alleged matter of fact whose truth is investigated at judicial trial is established or disproved. Your basis for belief or disbelief. Knowledge on which to base belief. A justification for something existing or happening. The enclosed land around a house or other building. A tract of land cleared for some special purposes, recreation or burial, etc. Dregs consisting of solid particles, especially of coffee, that form a residue. It is a Middle Eastern custom to read your future in your coffee grounds. A condition in which the urine, which is normally slightly acidic, is alkaline. Absence or suppression of normal menstrual flow. Absence or suppression of normal menstrual flow. Absence or suppression of normal menstrual flow. Abnormal presence of amino acids in the urine, usually a symptom of metabolic defects. Excessive ammonia in the urine. A deficiency of red blood cells. A lack of vitality. A deficiency of red blood cells. Genus of terrestrial or lithophytic ferns having pinnatifid fronds, chiefly of tropical America. A lack of vitality. Transient cessation of respiration. Absence of a reflex, a sign of possible nerve damage. A decrease in size of an organ caused by disease or disuse. Any weakening or degeneration, especially through lack of use. Undergo atrophy. Muscles that are not used will atrophy. An indication of radiant light drawn around the head of a saint. A distinctive but intangible quality surrounding a person or thing. The place had an aura of romance. A sensation, as of a cold breeze or bright light, that precedes the onset of certain disorders such as a migraine attack or epileptic seizure. A genus of Strigidae. A lymph node that is inflamed and swollen because of plague or gonorrhea or tuberculosis. An abnormal sound of the heart, sometimes a sign of abnormal function of the heart valves. An abnormal enlargement of the heart. Mild cardiomegaly is common in athletes. Coldness due to a cold environment. A sudden numbing dread. Make cool or cooler. A sensation of cold that often marks the start of an infection and the development of a fever. Lose heat. An almost pleasurable sensation of fright. Depress or discourage. The news of the city's surrender chilled the soldiers. Successive stages of chills and fever that is a symptom of malaria. A tan discoloration of a woman's face that is associated with pregnancy or with the use of oral contraceptives. A mark left, usually on the skin, by the healing of injured tissue. A mark left, usually on the skin, by the healing of injured tissue. A condition in which the ends of toes and fingers become wide and thick, a symptom of heart or lung disease. Excessive crowding. Traffic congestion. Excessive accumulation of blood or other fluid in a body part. The act of making something futile and useless, as by routine. Irregular and infrequent or difficult evacuation of the bowels can be a symptom of intestinal obstruction or diverticulitis. A sudden noisy expulsion of air from the lungs that clears the air passages, a common symptom of upper respiratory infection or bronchitis or pneumonia or tuberculosis. Exhale abruptly, as when one has a chest cold or congestion. The smoker coughs all day. A sudden noisy expulsion of air from the lungs that clears the air passages, a common symptom of upper respiratory infection or bronchitis or pneumonia or tuberculosis. Prevent the progress or free movement of. A painful and involuntary muscular contraction. A strip of metal with ends bent at right angles, used to hold masonry together. A clamp for holding pieces of wood together while they are glued. Effect with or as if with a cramp. Secure with a cramp. Cramp the wood. Suffer from sudden painful contraction of a muscle.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.